this jewelry showroom, I'm also celebrating her and all the moms who make dreams possible, quietly, powerfully, and with love. Whether you're honoring your mom, your wife, or the mother of your children, come see us at J.R. Dunn Jewelers. One family, one new beginning, and one unforgettable Mother's Day. J.R. Dunn. 4210 North Federal Highway in Lighthouse Point.
Sweetie, come here. Don't worry. I see a lot of patients with the exact same thing.
Ever since the ice skating rink went in next door,
Or is it more than
Dr. Clark's business is heating up.
So many patients need my help. How will I find time to see all of them?
They need to hire a scheduler, stat.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your Nature Made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Get your revenge body by summer with Future Health.
Future Health Weight Loss.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WINCA in Miami. WMIB-FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good. Now, your chance to win $1,000 in bonus bucks. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank.
Bank.
That's bank. Enter it now. FoxSports940.com. Broadcasting live from the Fox Sports 940 Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
1-0 pitch. Stowers cracks that one out to center and deep. Siri is back. He looks up and it's gone. The Marlins waste no time. Kyle Stowers with a 2-run shot, and they take a 2-0 lead in the first.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
2-1. That kicks away from Rodriguez. Hill breaks for the plate. There will be no throw. And on a wild pitch, the Marlins walk it off again. 1-2. Conine lifts out to left field. Tommy Pham working back to the warning track. So is Sawinski. They look up and it's gone. Griffin Conine to left center. And we're tied at 2 in the 7th.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins, and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
Nice job, Ricardo and Ahmed. Welcome live from Lone Depot Park in Miami on an 80-degree Tuesday night in the Magic City. Roof and walls ajar. You're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio, Fox Sports 940. Miami. It's game 23 of 162, and if you missed last night, I truly feel bad for you. Max Meyer punched out a career-high 14 tickets, tossing 6 shutout in a Marlins win. He's the second pitcher in baseball history with 14-plus punch-outs and no walks in a start of 6 or fewer innings pitched. The only other, you may have heard this guy before, Randy Johnson, who did it on June 3rd, 2001. Tonight, we bring you game 2 of a 3-game set, the middle game between the 11-12 Cincinnati Reds and your 10-12 Miami Marlins. It'll be a homecoming for the 34-year-old right-hander Nick Martinez, born and raised right here in the 305 Miami. He'll make his 5th start of the season. Martinez will go opposite the 27-year-old right-hander from the Dominican Republic, Edward Cabrera, who will look to bounce back after a 5-run outing, taking the loss to the Snakes last Thursday right here at Lone Depot Park. It all starts at 6:40 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. What's going on, everyone? Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Tuesday night with Jack McMullen and 4-time World Series champion Jeff Nelson. I'm Steven Strom. We got a great show for you ahead. We'll first hear from Clayton McCullough on last night's masterpiece. We mentioned Max Meyer. We also will have Maxie on this afternoon. Got a little chance to sit down with them with the one-on-one. Was interested just after the night who we talked to, what he thought of his start. Obviously, he looked at it on the film, want to get an inside scoop on what Maxey was thinking. We'll get you at the count with Cabrera and Martinez. Plus, we got some cool roster moves, not at the big league level, but down in AA and in AAA. Jack and Nelly will join me per usual. Expo question of the day at Marlins Radio. And Steve's guarantee to victory. Let me take a breath here. Really exciting open. Here are just some of the accolades last night that Max Meyer knocked down. We mentioned the 14 punch tickets. That tied the second most strikeouts in a single game in club history and the 13th occurrence of at least 14 punch-outs by a Marlins starter. He became the second pitcher in franchise history to record at least 10 strikeouts through his first 4 innings of a game, joining Jose Fernandez, who did it in 2016. And he now, on the year, has 47 strikeouts this season. That is tied with Philadelphia's Zach Wheeler for the second most in the National League, only trailing Mackenzie Gore's 45 of the Washington Nationals. Here was his manager, Clayton McCullough, bloviating after his gem.
Max Meyer, gross. Probably is. That's a good. Cincinnati is a good offensive club, and I think 14 strikeouts in 6 innings, 92 pitches is no walks is. I mean, probably it's you couldn't think of like a better start. He was great. I mean, you could tell he was in control right from the beginning. I think he really had everything working. His fastball played well. They had the hard breaking ball. He could strike with a sweeper. He threw some really good change ups. I think it was like his ability to strike with so many pitches and then be able to get below the zone as well to get swing and miss. So I mean, I don't know. It's just about as it was really fun to sit back and watch him cruise along really through 6, and it was awesome.
Preach, Clayton McCullough. And that slider that we've talked about, 16 whiffs. He threw it 43% of the time. Mr. McCullough, was this the best performance you've seen?
I mean, I do. I think that's right up there with probably the best start, I've seen since somebody to, again, like the efficiency, the strikeouts, but then like the no walks. It was, the little jam he had. But other than that, I mean, he was in complete control, and that's as good as it gets.
Tough to describe what we saw last night from Max Meyer. Simply tremendous. Put together a clinic, a gem, whatever you want to call it. 14 punch-outs, 6 shutout, and the Marlins took game 1 of this 3-game set 6-3. Now, the beauty of this, or the ugliness, we saw what happened with Cincinnati on Sunday. They played at 24 runs. They played at 3 the next day. 14 punch-outs for the Marlins yesterday from Max Meyer. It's a whole new day. It's the beauty and, again, the ugliness of baseball. We play it every single day. We shall see what Edward Cabrera has in store. But coming up next, we will hear from Max Meyer as I got a chance to sit down with him and chat with him after his 14K punch-out night yesterday. That's next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Visit Miccosukee Casino and Resort, where fortune meets
and 20
fun.
stolen bases. 1-2 pitch. That one hit hard up the gut and through. The first big league hit for Ronnie Simon is going to score the first big league run for Augustine Ramirez. Rookie driving in rookie, and how about the dueling debuts? An RBI single for Simon. It's 2-0 Fish in the second. Punch-outs on several occasions. 1-2 pitch. That one at the knees, a called third strike, and a career high for Max. 9 punch-outs, and we're early. He's done it in 43 pitches, and there are 2 men gone in the top of the 4th.
15 years ago, I mean, you're framing that pitch and you're keeping it there.
You're just sticking it where you catch it. 2-2 pitch, that one powered out to center and deep. Friedel back, Friedel leaps, and it's gone. Eric Wagaman powers a ball out to straightaway center. A solo shot, his 3rd of the year, and it's 3-0 Marlins in the 5th. High over the last few days. 2-1 pitch. That one hit well out to left. You got Hayes working back. Hayes at the track, and it's gone. Into the Marlins bullpen in opposite field shots. Kyle Stowers with a 3-run homer, and it's 6-0 Marlins in the 7th.
For a 3-run homer. Big 2-out home run.
Now Augustine Ramirez drills one out to left center field, and that is going to one-hop off the wall and over the wall. Augustine Ramirez, we were promised pop. 110 off the bat, and he follows the opposite field homer
with his first Major League extra base.
Where trust and protection hit a home run.
Take the Marlins wherever you go. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 the top preset to listen to every Marlins game. Back here at Lone Depot Park, game 2 of this 3-game set. Marlins looking to win 3 in a row for the first time in 2025. Awesome victory yesterday for Miami, doubling up the Cincinnati Reds 6-3. Max Meyer was simply amazing. Steven Strom, Jeff Nelson, Jack McMillan got a chance to catch up with Max Meyer this afternoon following his career-high 14 punch-out night. When you have a game like you did yesterday, who's your first conversation? Who are you calling?
I mean, no, not even close. No, I mean, I didn't call anyone. I got a lot of texts from family congratulating me, and a bunch of the boys are fired up too. So it was fun experience.
What was the coolest text you got from who? You can start name dropping for me.
I think the coolest one was just a congratulations from Braxton Garrett, because he had 13 punch outs and I was able to get 14. So Braxton's I know he's got 15 in the tank, so he'll one up me. But yeah, that was the coolest one.
When was the last time you punched out 14? Did you do that in college at some point?
No, I think I had 12 in college through 9 innings a couple times. But yeah, 14. No, I haven't had that.
When do you watch the film on last night?
I watched it this morning.
Was it even sweeter on camera?
Honestly, no. I don't really like watching myself pitch. I don't think any pitchers like watching themselves pitch because we're too critical at some points. Yep. But yeah, it was a smooth video and a smooth report with Mosk today.
I probably know your answer to this, but it's human nature, dude. You struck out 14. How do you not let this, I wouldn't say get in your head, but not change the work ethic?
Yeah, I mean, I just think the adversity of last year is going to keep me, level-headed throughout my whole career, honestly, because I had a great start last year, and then I finished it out not how I wanted. So I know how fast baseball can work, and just the stuff I did in the offseason and my routine I have in the weight room, I'm just going to keep sticking to that and not take it for, too much.
Are you making your MLB Network debut tonight, or?
I think so. I can't remember.
You ready for it? TV time.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. It's going to be easy.
All right, thanks for the time, Max.
Thank you.
All right, that was Max Meyer. Let's cover a couple of bases here. First of all, mature answer, you punch out 14, you get a big head. I mean, if I punched out 14, I might retire. But for Max Meyer, he talked at length about just that first half of the season. And it was only 3 starts. He had a 2.12 ERA to start 2024 and then was optioned, came back for that second half, a 1-5 record, a 7.20 ERA. Max Meyer, 26 years old. He knows that these things can change very quickly. Second thing I wanted to discuss, Braxton Garrett, that 13 punch-out game, I wanted to look back on it. That was in 2023, back on June 22nd. And finally, usually these guys are so good with their numbers. Max Meyer did punch out more than 14, and he did it at the University of Minnesota, which I thought he would remember. He did not. He punched out 15 against the Utah Utes in 2020. So awesome stuff, Max Meyer. We'll see him pitch. I think he lines up. Let's see. If we start to do the calculations here, we're going to see him in the second game in Seattle. Looking forward to his start. Looking forward to Edward Cabrera's start, who is going to try to bounce back after last Thursday against the Arizona Diamondbacks. He'll go opposite Nick Martinez. We'll preview that matchup next. 6:40 first pitch. Back in 2 minutes on the Marlins Radio Network.
Oh, no. Stomach?
This matters to me. I want this to be my career. I want to make a lot of money playing this game. I want to enjoy playing this game. And I want to do it for a long time. So personally, I care when things don't go well. As a team, I care when we lose. But I do want to be better at, when family's in town, I want to leave it here. At least, I can go back to it when I'm at the hotel, but kind of enjoy the family time while I can get it.
Payoff pitch. That one hit in the air out to right. Max Kepler going back. Track. Wall. It's gone. Liam Hicks, his first career homer, makes it a 1-run game. A 2-run shot, 6 in the 9th, and the Marlins have made this way, way more interesting. 1-1. That one hit well, out to left and deep. Javier Sanoja gives the Marlins a 5-4 lead. Oh, 5'7" of him drills one out to left field. About 5 rows deep down the left field line, a 3-run home run. And the Fish take a lead in the top of the 8th. After a long hold is on the way. And Stowers rips that one out to right. Castellanos working back, gearing up a throw. Norby going to try it. Castellanos makes the catch. The throw coming in, cut off by Harper. And Kyle Stowers does the job. He elevates, and he will kind of celebrate. A sacrifice fly makes it 6-5.
Including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. And it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hey, this is Eric Wagman, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
Well, I feel honored Eric Wagman just brought us back to break, and here's why. He homered yesterday. He's batting .394 with 6 extra base hits and 8 runs scored during his current 9-game hit streak. We will discuss him in the next segment. Listen to your Marlins on the go. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 your top preset to listen to every Marlins game this season. Welcome in Tuesday night, Lone Depot Park. Steven Strom, Jeff Nelson, and Jack McMullen. About 80 degrees here. The roof and the walls are open. Looks like another beautiful night for baseball. It'll be Edward Cabrera who will go opposite Nick Martinez. Let's get you ahead of the count. We'll start with Martinez. Welcome home, sir. 34-year-old right-hander in season 2 with the Cincinnati Reds. He signed a 2-year $26 million deal in 2023. And after last year, he declined his option, and the Reds offered him a qualifying offer. He accepted after a 10-7 season, a 3.10 ERA. He had some starts. He had some appearances out of the bullpen. This year, though, in 2025, not off to the best start. 0-3, a 6 ERA, 19 punch-outs in 21 innings. He did take the loss on Wednesday against the Seattle Mariners. He went 4 2/3, gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. Career-wise against Miami, he's got some great numbers. 4-0, a 1 ERA in 3 starts and 7 appearances from the pen, 27 combined. A couple of just deeper diving notes with Nick Martinez. He's got a nasty changeup. I actually called Jack today and said, let's go with this changeup. In 2025, early sample size, but he's got a 37% whiff rate on his changeup. And then I looked at 2024, a 41%. So the changeup is a pitch for Nick Martinez. The other thing I do want to mention, he's got reverse splits. Against righties, he's got 6 walks and 7 Ks, but against lefties, he's walked him just 1 time and punched out 12. Something to look out for here tonight in Miami. Martinez will go opposite Edward Cabrera, 27-year-old right-hander from Santiago, Dominican Republic. He'll make his 3rd start of the season. He is 0-1 with a 6 ERA over 9 2/3. He did take the loss on Thursday against the Arizona Diamondbacks, gave up 5 runs on 4 hits, and he walked 3. The big question mark with Edward Cabrera and his battery mate, Augustin Ramirez, is how the heck are they going to hold runners, especially this Cincinnati Reds team that likes to run. Cabrera, his opponents have stolen 6 bases in 6 tries. So that is going to be the big subject tonight, how these two work together. Edward Cabrera is slow to the plate. Augustin Ramirez has struggled a little bit defensively. What is going to be the answer tonight against the Reds? Cabrera's made 1 start against Cincy. It's a one to forget back on July 13th of last year. 3 1/3, 6 hits, 7 runs, 4 home runs. We know what the good Cabrera can look like. It could look like Max Meyer's start last night, or it can look like the one on Thursday against Arizona. Martinez will go opposite Edward Cabrera. That's your matchup on the mound. We'll talk Cabrera coming up next with Jeff Nelson and Jack McMullen. Stick with us. 6:40 first pitch. Marlins and Reds right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
And 20 stolen bases. 1-2 pitch. That one hit hard up the gut and through. The first big league hit for Ronnie Simon is going to score the first big league run for Augustin Ramirez. Rookie driving in rookie, and how about the dueling debuts? An RBI single for Simon. It's 2-0 Fish in the second. Punch-outs on several occasions. 1-2 pitch. That one at the knees, a called 3rd strike, and a career high for Max. 9 punch-outs, and we're early. He's done it in 43 pitches, and there are 2 men gone in the top of the 4th.
15 years ago. I mean, you're framing that pitch and you're keeping it there.
You're just sticking it where you catch it. 2-2 pitch. That one powered out to center and deep. Friedel back. Friedel leaps, and it's gone. Eric Wagaman powers a ball out to straightaway center. A solo shot, his third of the year, and it's 3-0 Marlins in the fifth. High over the last few days. 2-1 pitch. That one hit well out to left. You got Hayes working back. Hayes at the track, and it's gone. Into the Marlins bullpen in opposite field shots. Kyle Stowers with a 3-run homer, and it's 6-0 Marlins in the seventh.
For a 3-run homer. Big 2-out home run.
Now Augustine Ramirez drills one out to left center field, and that is going to one-hop off the wall and over the wall. Augustine Ramirez, we were promised pop. 110 off the bat, and he follows the opposite field homer with his first major league extra base.
954-500-LOCK. That's 954-500-LOCK, or visit LoctiteImpact.com.
Where you catch it. 2-2 pitch. That one powered out to center and deep. Friedel back. Friedel leaps, and it's gone. Eric Wagaman powers a ball out to straightaway center. A solo shot, his third of the year, and it's 3-0 Marlins in the fifth.
It's a really good version of Wags, and I think we all, we believe that, Wags has a chance to be a really solid offensive player, and he's hitting right, he's hitting left. Hopefully, more to come from Eric.
Well, that was a 9-game hit streak for Eric Wagaman. Unreal. First in slug on this team, second in OPS, and the Marlins are seeing a lot of him. Jack,
what are you laughing at?
He's just been so good. I've just been so happy. How have you seen him evolve over the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, you lead the league in Eric Wagaman content. I will say that, but I appreciate it, and I know Wags appreciates it. You say second in team OPS. I've got Stowers and Mervis ahead of him right now. Is he
really?
third in OPS?
Yeah. I see him at second, so leave him there.
I've got Stowers in the mid-800s, and I've got Mervis in the 900s, but Mervis may not qualify because the number of plate
That's what it
appearances.
is. That's what it is. Wags qualifies.
Sure, yeah, and I think what Eric is doing, number one, I saw him stop and sign a bunch of autographs on his way out of the ballpark yesterday. Certified good dude. Number two, I feel like this guy is really starting to tap into some of that big man power that he has. Like, that is a big guy. And he hit 18 homers in the hardest league to hit in minor league baseball last year. That was the Southern League. It's the same league that AA Pensacola is in. So Wagaman, the pop is in there. It's a matter of getting to it, particularly against right-handed pitching. And, he'll get to lefties. We've seen him in the lineup the entire season against lefties, but because of how well he's been playing and because of some unfortunate injury circumstances, we're seeing Wagaman play against righties, and I think left and right, he's putting together some really solid at-bats.
He'll bat third in DH today. Okay, let's go on the other side, Nelly. The big topic, we're going to talk about it a ton of times, I think, on this broadcast, is Edward Cabrera, the ability to hold runners, and Augustine Ramirez back there. If you are Daniel Moscas today, what is the sticking point that you're telling both of these guys?
Well, for one, I don't think you want Cabrera to get out of his game. He struggled, and he's so inconsistent. He's been that way throughout his career that I don't think you can allow him to worry about the running game. He's got to worry about the hitters. He's got a lot of things going on. He's got the kind of stuff that can go out and dominate, and then he has the kind of stuff that he'll lay an egg, and he just hasn't been consistent. So to be able to put something else into his head for him to worry about, I think they say, hey, if the guy gets on, you have to worry about getting the hitter. Don't worry about if that guy's going to steal. Let him, because he doesn't score if you get the guys out at the plate.
Jack, I saw you talking with Joe Singley today. Can you tell us a little bit about that conversation?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking with Nelly about half an hour ago about that, and it was just like, hey, what work did Augustine put in when he got to spring training? Obviously, Joe Singley worked with Liam Hicks a lot, right? And those guys are attached to the hip, but Augustine was also attached to their hips during spring training. And, what did you want to make sure that the focus still was when you got to Jacksonville? And he said framing was a big time focus, and he graded out by their advanced framing metrics in their databases. He graded out as a well above average framer yesterday. They feel like he did a very good job framing pitches. And we saw that.
Yep.
Very good blocking. I was talking to Matt Mervis as well, and he said, I was really impressed by that guy's ability to block, just sitting in the dugout watching that happen. But I asked about the transfer and controlling the running game, and he said, we really want Augustine to feel a little loose and athletic with that. So what they wanted to do is they wanted to shore up kind of the mechanics of getting the ball out of the glove into his hand and ready to fire. He's got a good arm. It's just the matter of getting the ball onto his fingertips to throw the baseball. And he said, we introduced what we feel like is the right fluid movement, and then we were hitting him with pitches low and away, up and away, low and in, high and in, and just making sure that he had some maneuverability to get that ball into that throwing pocket ready to go. So they're really happy with the work that Augustine has put in so far.
We'll stick with Ramirez here, Nelly. You know, last week we were watching this Arizona Diamondback team run wild and really beating the Marlins up. Now it feels like there's been a little bit of a shift. Nelly, you've been around the game for a while. Did you feel there was a little different energy with Ronnie Simon and Augustine Ramirez and just having those young guys kind of injected into the lineup?
Well, majority of the team is young, so I mean that's something in itself. They're one of the youngest team, if not the youngest team in baseball. So having guys come up, there's going to be many, I'm sure, throughout the year have their major league debut, just like last year. I think that what did they lead the league in the most
used
debuts
players.
Used players last year, so pretty similar this year. But it's exciting when a guy gets a chance. You look at Ronnie Simon, 7 years in the minor leagues. He finally gets that chance to go to the big leagues, and he got his first at bat, got a base hit. You absolutely love that. Very exciting player. You can see the big smiles on their faces. Even with Ramirez, you absolutely love when they get their time here and they have success, because the hardest part is getting a base hit and getting that first one out of the way, and both of them did it last night.
What should we be looking at tonight for Nick Martinez, Nelly? Interesting guy. He had a nice year last year. He has struggled here early on.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much longer they leave him in the rotation. You know, last year he had a lot better numbers in the bullpen. I'm sure, probably wants to be a starter. They're force-feeding him because of some injuries in that rotation with Cincinnati, being that fifth starter. He hasn't gotten off to a great start. He's got a 6 ERA, but he has done well against Miami, and players know when you have success against the other team, success that you have in other places, other buildings, other stadiums that you play in. So he's trying to work on that and saying, hey, you know, I got to try to put it together tonight and see if he can come through. He's got a good fastball, throws a lot of cutters, throws a whole lot of cutters and sliders. He's got a good mix. He does keep the ball in the ballpark in a sense, even though he's given up 4 home runs this year already. It's just a matter of him throwing strikes, utilizing the defense, and seeing if they can score early for him.
Last one for you, Jack. Best offensive sign yesterday for you in a 6-3 win over the Reds?
6 stolen bases. I think that's the answer. I mean, you had the 3-run opposite field home run from Stowers, and that was a really good swing on a 4-seam fastball from Kyle Stowers, but I would say the 6 stolen bases. Augustine Ramirez does what he did yesterday. I mean, he took advantage of a pitcher paying zero attention to a big human being standing at second base, and he took third base. Otto Lopez had the opportunity to create some havoc on the base pads. He did that. Connor Norby. Eric Wagaman had a stolen base. I don't remember if it was as a trail runner. No, he stole third.
Yeah.
That was
Norby
legit.
did not go.
I mean, you have a lot of guys that are taking advantage of people falling asleep on them. And isn't that kind of a microcosm of what we're talking about with the Miami Marlins in 2025? So this is, I thought that was the most encouraging sign from yesterday.
Excellent stuff. Class is dismissed. You'll hear Nelly and Jack at 6:40. We'll break. We'll get our Expo question, Steve's guarantee. Then we'll play some baseball right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
And 20 stolen bases. 1-2 pitch. That one hit hard up the gut and through. The first big league hit for Ronnie Simon is going to score the first big league run for Augustine Ramirez. Rookie driving in rookie, and how about the dueling debuts? An RBI single for Simon. It's 2-0 Fish in the second. Punch-outs on several occasions. 1-2 pitch. That one at the knees, a called third strike, and a career high for Max. 9 punch-outs, and we're early. He's done it in 43 pitches, and there are 2 men gone in the top of the 4th.
15 years ago, I mean, you're framing that pitch and you're keeping it there.
You're just sticking it where you catch it. 2-2 pitch. That one powered out to center and deep. Friedel back. Friedel leaps, and it's gone. Eric Wagaman powers a ball out to straightaway center. A solo shot
his third of the year, and it's 3-0 Marlins in the fifth.
High over the last few days. 2-1 pitch. That one hit well out to left. You got Hayes working back. Hayes at the track, and it's gone! Into the Marlins bullpen in opposite field shots. Kyle Stowers with a 3-run homer, and it's 6-0 Marlins in the seventh.
For a 3-run homer. Big 2-out home run.
Now, Augustine Ramirez drills one out to left center field, and that is going to one-hop off the wall and over the wall. Augustine Ramirez, we were promised pop. 110 off the bat, and he follows the opposite field homer with his first Major League extra.
And soon, Norwegian Cruise Line ships registry to the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
Back here at Lone Depot Park on a Tuesday night, middle game of this 3-game set between the Marlins and the Reds. Marlins doubled up Cincinnati yesterday, 6-3 behind Max Meyer's 14 punch-outs, a career high. He was simply sensational. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, and Jeff Nelson. Those two have your call at 6:40. It'll be Edward Cabrera who will go opposite Nick Martinez here at 6:40. Let's get to our at Marlins Radio X poll question. Who has the single game franchise record for most punch-outs in the game? Make sure to vote at Marlins Radio. You know what time it is. It's time for Steve's Guarantees.
Batter up. Batter up.
Let's play some ball.
First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
Before I do it, don't miss a moment of Marlins action. Download the iHeartRadio app, make Fox Sports 940 the top preset, and then listen to every Marlins game. Like two here. Matt Mervis, extra base hit. He's hitting 7th here tonight. Connor Norby, had a good conversation with him. I think he hits his first home run. I know, Gutty, this is what I do, folks. I go out there, I put my name on the line, and I have accountability tattooed on my forehead. Matt Mervis, extra base hit. Connor Norby to hit his first home run. Folks, I hope you got the itch for first pitch, because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints a picture. Jeff Nelson, he's ready to rock. Starting lineups in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami. Marlins baseball is next. This is the Marlins Radio Network.